Hello, everybody. Today, I would like to share the results of the interviews that I had with my colleagues who were very nice and kind to share some of their ideas. And I've learned a couple of great strategies and websites and apps that definitely going to be useful. So, to start with, I wanted to talk about collaborative platforms. So, I was quite interested how to make my students' experience with technology more collaborative, and one of the suggestions was to use Google Forms and Google Documents that could be shared and could be edited by a couple of students and teachers at the same time. Edmodo, which is also quite a collaborative platform where students can be grouped or work individually, and Deck Toys. Deck Toys is something very new to me. I've never worked with this program before, and so there you can create basically an online game for your students based on the content of your lesson, and students can work either individually, or they can work in teams and get points and so on. So it's quite interesting, something to look at, and I'm very actually excited to try it myself. And then I was also interested how they personalize students' experiences and differentiate instructions, and such platforms as Ruskids and Education City. So they allow students to create their own profiles, to choose their avatar, to track their own progress, to start with the right level, to move between the levels with the speed they need and they want, and that is beneficial for them. The levels can be changed if needed, lower, higher, depends on the student's learning needs. So, which sounds also pretty cool, and yeah, excited to try Education City because I've never tried it before. It seems that it can be good both for English and math, and also some other subjects like social studies and so on. So sounds exciting. My other question was about formative and summative assessments, and so here I got some interesting ideas about using Socrative, Kahoot, and Quizlet in the classroom. So this is something that I tried with my students as well. But Quill, it's something very new and interesting to me, something I would like to try. This program is used to build writing skills. So something that I actually work on with my students. So, and it's a great way of summative and formative assessments, and students get the feedback straight away. Also, an interesting way to get a feedback, timely feedback, is to submit tasks in shared Google documents. So this is what one of my colleagues does. So all of the students submit their works through Google Documents and or Google Forms, and they receive comments and feedback straight away from their teacher, and they can reply and they can talk about it. So I think it's a very interesting and a great collaborative way to do that, and also it helps you to store data and analyze it later. So speaking of analyzing, one of my colleagues kindly provided me with a lesson plan, and I had a chance to look at it. And the lesson was about the continents, and the continent of Asia in particular. So the students had multiple learning activities that included also formative assessments, and one of them was the game called the Wheel of Fortune. So there was an online game, an online tool that the teacher used. I think it's a great way to make it more fun, to gamify the whole learning process, and it's also a great way to assess students' knowledge. So also the teacher at the end of the lesson, and at the end of the lesson, the teacher also let the students use iPads in order to research some information about some other continents to compare them. And I think it's a great way to address standards. And so, for example, like there, she managed to hit standard 3 knowledge constructors. So students use some research techniques and strategies to build their knowledge by exploring, and also they develop themselves as creative communicators, which is standard 4, so they definitely try to present and visualize their results somehow. And like my suggestions here would be, like, first of all, to use some collaborative tools to visualize their learnings and takeaways. So there they could be used such programs as Trello or mind maps to create some kind of mind maps to present their learning, and it could be done in a collaborative way. And also, to address standard 7, which is global collaborator, I would also suggest publishing the results of their works either in Twitter or some other platforms, so to kind of have a chance to collaborate with people all around the world and demonstrate their works and learn about some others' works as well. So the teacher also used self-evaluation form, which was done in like written format, like paper format, which also could be done in Google Forms, could be done at home or straight away. And the idea is, like, I think it might be useful to keep it digitally, because it will definitely help to analyze data and collect data, and yeah, keep it all in digital, so which makes it a lot easier when analyzing it. So I'm trying to keep it short. Many interesting ideas, many interesting apps and tools. There is a lot more in the summary of the interviews that I've also posted on the submission page. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. These were my key takeaways. Thank you and goodbye.